the fantasy kind of matches up fairly well and close to D&D and what Dungeon Alchemist provides. So yeah, it's going to be a start to finish project. I should be able to finish this in about 2 hours' time, maybe a little bit longer, depending on how much I fool around or get stumped. I'm just going to start off with just some foundation work, sculpting the land, using an overlay to kind of guide me as to where I need to have everything set up. And then as I get the structure and everything below, we'll add layers on top as we like to do until it looks sufficient. So let me get my alchemist running here while everybody finds their seats. And just for clarity's sake, I will be hanging out in the Lore Masters Guild. I currently am chatting to the Lore Master themselves. How fortunate of me. I've been graced with their gracious presence. I am gonna have to. Let's see. I have you turned all the way up. You're really quiet for some reason all of a sudden. Okay, okay. I guess I can. It's used up. I was able to fix my levels a little bit, so you're fine. Okay, and let's bring everybody over to the world. I get my stream manager up. I gotta just message the wifey real quick. Man. Come again? It's mad loud? I don't know, like, I'm looking at the decibels and I'm like, is this coming in at 40? I'm coming in at 25. Oh, why? Do-do-do-do-do. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You can see and hear it, yeah. A little inundated by my programs and layers, and I don't want to stress my computer by adding a second screen to it. Raise terrain. So let's see. I need to start here, as I have my overlay here. I need to just get all my high points high. So looks like over here is a cliffy area. I already have you raised up as high as you're gonna go. Lower this a bit. Cut our river out. This is our tower. This needs to be as high as possible. High as possible up here. All this stuff is already pretty high up. So how I started this is I just took a regular PNG, and if you go into the overlays tab here, you can go to trace overlay, which will make it really transparent for you. And then you just drop your any PNG in on top, and it'll leave it there as a layer. And what I did is I kind of rotated and kind of matched the grid to my grid, so that way at least everything's dropped and placed, effectively. Um, as I mean, you can remove the grid and just but I just think it's harder to build if you remove the grid and do things off grid. Your sizes are all off a little bit, and everything kind of. I wish I had a way to turn the layer on and off quick. That's one thing maybe there's a way to do it. I'll try to figure that out. But again, over here we're going to raise the land up as high as we can go. Actually, I do want to cut water in here and see how. Okay, yeah, so that's water level's way down here. So let's go above, even better. So we can get this nice top-down view of the river cut. Oh no! It's okay, we can fix that later. And I know what we do. I'm gonna have to see how well of a job I can do at kind of just angling this river in a sense to make it at least appear to be like running down a mountain, as everything's usually pretty flat. Down a mountain when she comes, yeah, very much is the energy. Over here is just gonna be East Bumville, Mountain Town. Anything off this grid is just gonna be Bumville, Mountain Town, thematic, fill it in trees and fun stuff, Easter eggs. I'm currently playing a whole bunch of games right now. I've been playing a lot of Helldivers. I always have, the random nightly game of League. Every now and then I'll just toss one in just cuz. I still am halfway through a honor mode Baldur's Gate run with Benjamin there. Yeah. I definitely was thinking the other day. I was like, yeah, like I have been playing games on controllers now, so definitely wouldn't mind hitting up some My Hero, checking out some of those new heroes. All right, so the way I just visualize things, and it might be more work, but I'm just like I need to have everything kind of the same or like a starting point. So it's like I'm just like running all this really high, and then I'll bring it down to where I want it. I got my river where it needs to be. Let's continue checking this out over here. That's high up. It's just layers. Layers, man. You gotta like see through them. I honestly like I don't realize it, but I've done a lot of self-teaching in this regard of visualizing and stuff. I started with like Photoshop and photo editing and layering in that fashion in regard, and then I started getting into a little ZBrush and little 3D modeling a few years back, and that I think really helped. Actually, that's all water. This is a shore. This is a shore with rocks. And then we'll go back to water and cut it out more. And honestly, so I was just on Dungeon Alchemist Discord, and somebody had posted one of their maps on the general channel, and they're just asking for the community's opinions, like how they can make it look more realistic. And so that's something I kind of pride myself on is my attempt to make things really look natural. And I think it's just all the difference sometimes, and the way you get a lot of these looks, specifically like more natural looks, is to have a lot of layers and to be inundated with nonsense. I mean, if you've ever taken a walk through the forest, it's an awful mess. There's leaves, sticks, rocks, branches, all sorts of things, mushrooms, all different shapes, sizes. It's a giant collage of stuff. And a lot of times my advice to this person was to try and make it look a bit more cluttered and to add some layers in the sense of your ground coloring. So if you're using the dirt or the grass, and then once you do a couple layers and patching with that, then you can add plants on top of that, then add some rocks into there, and then add some mushrooms, and then add a branch and a log. Maybe some pebbles, some little dirt piles, right? Little random stuff, a stump. Let's see. All right, so I think I'm pretty much. Let's see what it looks like with this shut off. And I'll have to go back and reference it. Okay. Well, you can't like actually watch it. you're here with me live. You get the real treat. You get my actual presence. And normally when you're doing like shores on the water like this, let's see if I can grab this. Is really low. There we are. You normally have to like do the work over it and then come back onto it. So, and now I have a nice little like you're not gonna get a brush in here, and you're also not gonna get this edge of the mountain like that without. Thanks. This is all village. This is probably gonna be a higher point. And this is just the auto generation stuff. And so like the way I kind of look at the auto gen is it's great for filler. Like there's a lot of stuff that I need to put on this map that's very important, and my customer is going to be expecting. There's like all these bullet points that I'm trying to hit to make it look like this map. I need a tower here. I need this river as so, a bridge and a path, etc. Right? But then like everything else around that, and almost to a certain extent, the stuff inside of some of these buildings is very general and could be arguably whatever. And I think this is where like autogen really has its features, or just AI in general, in fantasy or just in creative spaces is sometimes it doesn't matter what's there, and it's really just filler, and we're just doing random sporadic things anyways, right? So in that regard, like when I need this portion of the mountain, oh, I was already in this view. When I need this corner of the mountain, which is off my map, to just look like a mountain, like I'm just gonna use a lot of autogen on that. I'm gonna do a bunch of cutting and make it look smooth, and then just throw some more rocks and throw some more trees. And we go in. That's when we go in here to asset brushes, and use some of these asset brushes. And like you just take the day off essentially because it's just filler space. It just needs to look like forest over there. It doesn't need to be anything special. Um, in some regards, like rooms, like if you have like a bathroom or like a hallway or something that's just indiscriminate, it's nice to be able to just say like, hey, just make this for me, and then go and curate how you want it. And you can honestly, definitely 100% see the difference between maps that are all AI generated, um, and maps that have been curated. The ones that look good are the ones that are curated. The ones that look wonky are not. Like you can tell just by complexion of colors, placement of items, how rooms are oriented. Um, if it makes sense, that means someone took the time to make it make sense. The AI has its limits. My we're trying over here. Okay. This is, let me get my smooth brushy. My my lower brushy. It's too much to smooth. This is honestly these are normally the hardest things you make are like sloped trains. You gotta you gotta work on these slope terrains a bit sometimes. How should we kind of like try to terrace it a little bit? There we are. I'll fill this in. This is my highest point, so that means this definitely has to come down a bit. So there's a neat trick. If you got your flat brush and you just want to drop your terrain down a couple feet, just grab the side of the wall, the side of the hill like I did there, and it'll just eat up like a couple of feet. Sometimes you can get like you got cut it in half. All right, terrace 1, terrace 2, terrace 3. I definitely want these to be the same height because there's gonna be a bridge here. So let me do this. Sweep. And let me also get rid of some of this tree so I can see. Yeah, it's like almost there. We're making a golf course, everybody. That's what we're making. Look at we're making a golf. Honestly, hey, if anybody needs a golf course map, let me know. That would be a really fun map to make. It would, and I think like also like after doing all the Cirque Magnifique stuff, like I found some sweet. So do it. I want one. Damn it, no, no. That'll be $60. That's not what I meant. Um, yeah, like finding cute ways to like do curbs and like cut things into the map. Really just goes a long way for making things look modern and sleek. This is going to be our path going down. Let's get our smooth. Make sure to turn your brush strength down a bit when you smooth, so you don't destroy all your height. I still have to go up there on that. This also zigzags in a sense. Other thing I need to remember, um, this map is in a 10-foot scale. So a 5-foot cube is 10 foot. So everything I'm making is kind of like half size. Raised terrain. Flatten, terrace, terrace. Let's see. I'm gonna want this to like weave and cut a little bit, I think. So let me give myself some more space. Um, there we are. Brush size. Sometimes when you're making an edge, it's easier to come underneath it than it is to go over the top of it. And so here we go. We're gonna, let me just actually get a zigzaggy approach. That comes down to our bridge. This is what we're trying to make here. Flatten terrain. Like leave this little nub for some look, right? We may put some bushes there, some shrubberies. Make this taper off out into the nowhere. This is all gonna be high up, taper, taper, taper. Bring this down. Taper, taper, taper. Shear cut. Smooth that. Zoop. Gorgeous. Smooth this. We'll come back and draw that up a bit, put some rocks on here. Raise this up. So I think I don't want it tapered. I want this all high. I want this to like cut through the mountain a bit more. Do 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 do. That's lower. I do want this to be a bit higher, I think. I think that's fine. Okay. I think that's pretty high then, if that's the case. makes my slope pretty small. Okay. Give it a nice little hook. Raise. Some more definition there. The smooth tends to make things go really like off kilter as opposed to like being like the cut path in the mountain. So yeah, kind of get in here and give it some love. Alright, crooked path, which means let's see. Collisions off. Okay, zoop. Zoop, some rocks in here. Just trying to make sure I'm using a variety of rocks. So I like this kind of angry sticking out. And let's leave our little nub that we wanted to leave. Don't need any of those rocks. It's all natural rocks. It's not outdoorsy rocks. That looks good. Okay. I'm gonna fill that with a bush, shrub. The idea of just like a firm wall here. Also, I gotta come back with a grid. Here we are. It can be really big up here. This is fine. This is where it needs to start getting smaller. Sorry, Jaja, you gotta wait, honey. It's smart to just give us a sharp zigzag, but also just to have a nice little area to put like some shrubs and stuff on along the edge of this. So like here's a great example of making things look natural. So if you've ever noticed in nature, moss and other types of small ferns um, really like moisture and shade. And so what that means is when you're right next to these tight corners, next to like houses, rocks, trees, what have you, uh, it's a point where moisture will build up, runoff from water. So you think like a gutter of your house is going to run water down. If there's no gutter there, it just goes down to the base of your house, and then it goes into your foundations. That's why we have gutters. But so that water meets and converges there. It's the same thing in all other things in nature. So those converges, those points, often tend to have things like moss, mushrooms, things that are nestled into shade. It definitely does not survive in full light. I have tons of it in my backyard because it's half light. Like all plants need light to grow, but if it's in full light, like it's hot and it's not damp and moist, moss will not grow. So it needs some shade. So also, like, I mean, another way that you could look at this, right, is like not only do I want to kind of edge around this path, what's another thing that happens in nature? So like, hey, what's going on, Jambit? Doing good. I'm making maps today. Come on, Jaja, I'll let you in, girl. I'm talking about tips and tricks on how to kind of just make your stuff look more natural. Your maps, that is. So another way you could look at this is you could say, what direction is the sun going to be rising and setting? And that will also give you a good description of how much sun certain areas of the map might get. And if you want to take it that far, I don't think you necessarily do. But yeah, just things to consider. There we are. We have a path. I'm going to leave vegetation for vegetation run. So I just kind of want to get those rocks in there. I think this needs a rock on here in between there. Actually, I kind of like this. As such, let's move you down here so I don't forget. Okay. Discover paths. If there's a common short path through an area, animals and humans will trot a path through the greenery. Yeah, 100%. I honestly think those are a really good way to add some life to a map. So if you're doing like a town or you're doing like a campsite of sorts, right? Think about where you have your buildings placed, and think as a player would be in that world and how they would, inhabit it. And find like little cheat paths, like you said, which are very common in human nature. Either in natural paths or even for sidewalks, is the same way that we design sidewalks in most cases. Or like if say so for like college campus, college campus sidewalks are paved intentionally because students will just make their own paths and cut through the grass and they'll destroy their lawn and they hate that. Like, dang, kids doing what kids do. Let's try and get this to bow out a little bit more that way. Give myself some more space for this tower. Yes, very much a result of poor design choices. And like these are all ideas that you can kind of just have and apply to your maps. And the more little tricks and stuff you add, the better things always come out, in my opinion. It's all about layers. Alright, so this is gonna be actually a fun thing to make here. It's like a rock slide of sorts. That actually starts over here more. I gotta move it over a bit. I believe over here is those weird terraces. Perfect. Rock slide shoot. Alright, you see how I just cut on the hill a little bit and it lowered that right to where I wanted it. Come in here. Now let me try. You have to make the middle one really big, and then make the bottom one really big, and then come across the top. Oh, that was bad. There we are. Nope, bad again. Let's try and do like a little like pill beanie look. As such. Then come and cut this one out. And then everything around it I think is just smoothed out. I think it's a good time to actually reference our reference. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Rock slide. Menagerie of large rocks. Almost a path of sorts. Low, 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 low. As low as I can get it. That's perfect. Path. I'll do this other path. Cut up, and that's. I guess that doesn't need to be as high as I think it is, but. Flattened terrain. So we're low, 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 and we're gonna cut this way and up into the town. This way. Rocks on the seashore. Does it cut over and then cut up? Okay. So we're gonna cut over and we're gonna cut up. Yeah, that's too far in. We're gonna cut over and we're gonna cut up. And then smush this back a bit. I'll build this all up. This is gonna be on the shoreline. Let's check the map again. Gotta leave space for a building here, so undo that. Redo. Don't like it again, it's too much. to here. Bada bing. I make this as smooth as I can. And when you're making another trick, so when you're making hills and you're trying to do an edge like this, like if you want this to be a sheer, steep, very steep flat edge, like 90-degree angle almost, you have to come underneath it a second time. If you just pull from the top and just raise, um, it will, it'll always have this little zoop at the bottom. Which if you, in some cases is okay. Like in some cases you want that. But if you want a different effect. Here is Meech's chips. Which actually I will be getting back on that. I really am interested in kind of doing a full series of Dungeon Alchemist tips so people can get more accustomed with the program. And we can have more and more creators to add to our community workshop. All right, there we go. That river's looking mighty clean these days. Okay, so we gotta make a smooth path that kind of comes up the side of the hill here. Mm. So again, when you're making slopey angles, make some stairs, and then come back with a smoothie brush. I don't know why I keep doing that, but I should probably stop. Smoothie brush. I guess I should make a smoothie emote and just live my decisions. Okay, and now we're getting into that issue that I was telling y'all about. Oh, not lower, raise. So we're just gonna come on the edge here with a raise brush and just kind of pull it up, and then a lower brush on the inner edge here. And I'm just like re-kiltering the path because it just like the smooth brush is great, but it often will oh, that's getting lumpy. It often will make things kind of run into the wall and just always zoop 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 to get these like these channels which you're not always looking for. I gotta smooth this out. Bada bing, over the top, dirt brush, cute path. Slurp, good smoothie. See, I did a thing, and you know, I just have to live with the thing now. I feel like this would be a fairly wide trail as it is the main gully into the town. I feel like the dirt would go right up to the edge. And then also we have a small line. pass here. That might taper a bit. And then the paths aren't done. So you heard me talking about layers earlier. You'll see how I make these paths kind of come to life when I'm ready to say they are complete. Oh god, it's just like this little dot here. And you know, that's a little bit too big for my liking, so we're gonna come back. Super slow today. Why is it being so chunky? I just want a little bit. It's like the tiniest little nick of green. Who's Nick? Don't ask. Leaving the players to figure it out. I like that. I like that. That's a fun intention. It's like, how do we get over there? We're playing Oregon Trail tonight, everybody. No, I will be putting a bridge there, indeed. You caught me. Yep. There's a bridge going there. I think I just want to push this out a bit more. Nobody's coming around any mountains. Nobody's not gonna say that, but let's see. Brush, rock, over the tops, rock fills. I guess now would be a good time to throw my overlay back. Nice. Well, I mean, definitely don't discredit yourself for putting time into something to make sure it's good and balanced and makes sense, right? There's my river. Here's my river. Bada bing. We're looking good. Look at those rocks match up pretty close. It's my terrace. 1, 2, 3 terraces. Okay. Actually, I should bring that back. Bada bing, rocks, terrace, and then I want to come back here and I want to just put some foundation markers down. And we're going to do that just by taking some dirt and our brush and saying a house needs to go here. A house needs to go here. A house needs to go here. Okay, Lewis, I will let you in 1 moment, my dear. Can Papa finish his foundation lines? Thank you. Thank you very much. I have some food for you. I hope you will eat it. Yeah, same thing. I don't know what it is with. It's just DA has. It's just like a little glitchy bitty. It's not like I do this on smaller maps and it still does the same thing whenever I get going with this ground tool. See, just like it will ignore a mouse click here and there. I believe there's a building up here, but I'm not seeing it very well because of the stuff. Um, I don't think I'm missing anything. Okay, let's remove overlays. Hey, what's up, Lo? No, that's Dungeon Alchemist. That's over here, down here in the overlay tab. You can do so you can have a lot of fun with it. Actually, you can do your own abstracts. You can do frames, um, so that you look like a conventional map. You can do labels as such, right? Um, compass stuff. So they've added a couple really cool features as far as trim and like just like fluff. The trace overlay is really helpful for doing like renditions like I'm doing right now for this commission. So the one that I was tracing is a PNG that I just is for my commission. So my customer sent me that map and I took the PNG and I'm trying to emulate it as best I can. Let's see, flatten. I just gotta get all my foundations in a place that a house can actually be on them. Which is good because now this means I just need to fill this in here. Thanks. Yeah, I'm just the first bit is always just foundation work and just getting to a point where everything's where I need it to be. And then we add the foundation of structure. So we do the foundation of like the ground, nature's foundation. Then we do the foundation of our humans, our population. So we'll add these buildings in how we want them. Looks like a bunch of little dinky shacks, rinky dink shacks, which should be fun. Um, I actually want this up, I think, and have two houses overlooking. And then once that's done, then we start adding in the stuff, the detail. We'll do the detail to the nature. We'll do the flowers. We'll do the bushes, the shrubs, and then we'll do the details of the buildings, make it look lived in, add buckets and barrels, and everything in its own time. You can't do it all at once. It's far too inundating. Nice. I always like very often like when paths just like patter out to the side like this. Lewis, okay, I'll let you in. All right, I just got a little distracted in my work. I'm vibing right now. When the juices are flowing. All right, just don't destroy my window. The juices are flowing, my G. Let's see. I'm gonna save this. Give my GPU a 5-minute break. Give myself a coffee break as I'm just reaching my hour mark, and I've just about finished all my foundation work. Save. Exit. There we are. Cool thing I like about this map build is it's Lord of the Rings, and also I'm not gonna have to do very many animations for it, so um, it's not gonna take up a lot of space. Oh, Lewis is the chonkiest. He is a full-grown tabby. I'm curious to see where my youngest goes because Harry is half house cat, half Maine Coon, and Maine Coons tend to be rather big, and he's a rather big one. His brother's a bit bigger than him though. But Lewis, man, yeah, he's big. I mean, the thing is, he's big and lean. He's so muscular. He's always out hunting and out running the fields and stuff. Yes. Aren't you a Chonzo? Big old Chonzo. That's awesome. Yeah, I love Maine Coons. I had one as a kid. His name was Harry. So I got this half Maine Coon and I named him Harry. But I spelt it differently. It's Harry the Second. Just Harry with an AI. Oh, Lore Master, I never showed you, but I finally took one of Lodame's models, imported it into DA, and when I boot back up, I'll show you. You'll love it. You'll absolutely love it. I went and got he had it in there as Steel Guardian, um which I was just like, oh, this very much just looks like a steel construct, like a steel defender. Um and with DA, you can customize how you import the asset. You can make it a token, but you can also change the size, and it's a um it's boundaries or whatever. It's collisions. Um so yeah, it's quite literally has been imported as a token that is a 2 tile by 2 tile huge creature. Yeah, I am lost when it comes to any of that compression nonsense, jumble jargon. I assume it's just the size of your file, right? The Foundry VTT versions are like 40% smaller and no loss in quality. Is that just a different? Is that like a different like code for computing the files? I don't understand. Like I don't understand why it would be why it's different. This is where my knowledge falls off. Loden, you're here. Do you work with STL files at all? Yeah, we my buddy Loremaster does a lot of stuff on Hero Forge, and those files can be exported as STLs. So we were just kind of curious of how well they format and fit in with other programs. I know Blender uses STL as well. Yeah, OBJ. Those are my tags. What do you use for painting? Because your models come painted and with light rendering on them as well. Your 4K resolutions. Are you doing that all all in Blender? Substance 3D painting. And rendering, file processing, file export in Blender. Okay, cool. Wait, are you like a Hero Forge wizard? Did somebody commission you to make them a Hero Forge? Because like the lore master and I are big Hero Forge enthusiasts. I would say lore's got some significant skill. You make some cool models, and you definitely have the experience on the program too. That's really what it comes down to. Like it's hard to do commission work and stuff if you don't have experience because you just waste a lot of time. You waste a lot of time learning and figuring stuff out. All right, let's get the Bridgelands. Now let's get back into our world. Thanks everybody for hanging out on the Cartographer stream. We'll get back into our Dungeon Alchemist. To paint a Hero Forge STL in substance, give it proper lighting and stuff. Yeah, yeah. Okay. So let's start dropping some rooms. Village. I'll check out in a second, my friend. Let's see. Messages. Let's see if I number the houses too. Yeah, here we go. Terrain, paintbrush. One. 2. 3. Looks like this is a little smushed, but that's okay. 4. Those are cute little dainty ones. We do. Okay, so this is 4. This is 5. And we're gonna reposition these a little bit now that I'm looking at the map. Because 5 needs to be like here. And let's undo that. 5, 6 is up here. 7 is the tower. And 8. Okay. Na, 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 dun, 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 na, na. The lore master. Have I not invited you to our guild? Come hang out, lore or low. Come hang out at lore, low. If I can find the invite button, I'll go on my computer, 'cause I know it much better than my phone. My music? It's non-copyright music. Fuck. What? Whatever I was saying, I just made up. What? What? Did you even hear what I said? I guess I gave it the feel. I gave it the vibe. I sold it. I definitely was selling it. I feel like I want to push this out and make this, give myself some more space, and give myself some more space in the village. I'm wasting space here. Strength. Come on. Let's go. I'm wasting strength, space, and time. Let's go. I ain't got no time to watch this ground move. Move. Cartographer's got stuff to do. So yeah, terraces are just like your friend. They look good. They're clean, and if they're too clean, you can just go and then say, hey, we're gonna smooth them out and add some stuff over the top of them, and and then bada bing, like you can make them less lived in, less worked on. These are gonna be super super terracey because I want they're very much a I believe a farmland. Come in here and smooth these some paths around the side of these two. Smooth this here, it would be a path. Flatten this here for this house, just enough space. Couple little shacks. We have to remember the scale is 2 times scale. So again, everything is double the size is measure. Our natural archer walls, they definitely give you that vibe though, that feeling of just like, I want to set up some defenses on these. Okay, so we have terrace 1, terrace 2, terrace 3. Let's denotate this with some of this. We're farming here. Let's make sure we're checking what I'm doing here. My reference map. I read all that. So the rock's gonna go right up to this one here. Looks, and they come right over. Smooth this. We'll leave enough space for a path. Always a path, a path. And then this house. Gonna cut. Big flat rocks. One's gonna go on this hill. Collision's off, my friend. Yeah, now we can make them real big. What was so funny? So, Laura, you'll get a kick out of this. Somebody was just asking for some quick tips on Dungeon Alchemist Discord again, and I was like, oh yeah, you just need to turn collisions off. And then they're like, oh, but then how do I do this? I go, please refer to turn collisions off. It is literally the solution to all of your creating problems. Okay, another one here underneath. Just like a terrace of these 3 rocks. I think I gotta go here. Here. Flattened terrain. Here. Super pronounced. I'm just trying to make like this to be that rock there that I'm seeing. I'm gonna come in here and do this. Make that super rocky. Alright, so that's that. Add some more rocks over there when we're done. A little pitter patter that leads into here, so we should flatten that out. Just make this a little gully of sorts. And then a path, a path, a path. Yeah, it's super bothersome. Like if you're watching and you can just see the choppiness of this brush, it's like it's hard to do lines. Like you try to get detailed and stuff, and it ends up just being so choppy. Turn the density down for this. Oh my gosh! And then look at that happen. That's what I want. And I'm just gonna go grab those actually. These clusters, and we're just gonna do some curation here. Holding shift, we're gonna just slap some down. We're gonna do some bigger ones too. Yeah? I've always been a fairly agile and dexterous person. It's always pretty good at sports generally. However, it's funny because like that was true for like everything but a couple things. Like basketball, horrible at basketball. There's something about finessing a basketball and running and like it's just not me. It's not my style. It doesn't work. Great at badminton though, like like random. Just trying to sink these rocks. A lot of times when the rocks get placed, they are floating. And it just doesn't look real in my opinion. It's okay if some of them are stacked. The rocks stack. But like if rocks have been here for years and years and years, they would all be like halfway sunk into dirt. Stuff's up on them growing, and you don't have to go as far as putting moss and vegetation on the rocks. That's crazy. But like at least just take them and put them in the dirt. A rock fall. Hey! I may have an answer. Yeah, it's when my best Dungeons and Dragons ideas come up. Clean. Easily gotten rid of. So it stays on your hands and gets everywhere. It's sticky. I guess so. I'm a little confused as to what is the moral of this story. Well, I guess so. I guess it might be just like like look at the world that we're living in, right? Like it's a high fantasy magic world where prestidigitation is held by every artificer, quite easily. So like at a snap of your fingers, you could clean up that oil, you could clean up your mess. So I guess like inherently, just because they're magical, they kind of like get a pass. Mm. Mhm. I love it. It's awesome. Mm. Mm. Lord Master, do you want to take this one, or should I just shamelessly plug? It sounds like what you're thinking about is mercenary, and this is a really great idea because it's also an idea that we've had. Yes, this is an amazing idea. Run with it. We're currently we last night it's our second session, right, of our play test for a class that Lore Master has made with a little assistance from me. It's called the Mercenary, which essentially is like that. Is like artificers without the magic and all the MacGyver. Mm-hmm. Mm. Well, that's you definitely would have some magic in there. So maybe you're like there's it is an artificer subclass, right? You're trying to design. Nice, cool, awesome. Yeah, yeah, for sure. I love it. Um, yeah, I guess I've kind of like before a session or something. I might have. I try to do like my voices. I try to do them in my head, or like I'll mute myself and try to get myself warmed up in a sense. Mm. Yeah, 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 yeah. Let's see. Like an alchemist fire? So like it's just like this thing's going to blow up no matter what. Like a grenade. You pulled the pin. A chemical grenade. Oh, you meant like yeah, 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 yeah. Like in place of a fireball, like that's something you could do. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, put this stuff to mechanics, yo. Yeah. Excuse me. Iron Man style. Let's see. So I am working right now, so bear with me if it takes me a while to respond. On your bridge, done. Approach road, done. Doorkeeper's house, number 3. Okay. I like that. Village. Cabin. Oh, no! Got rid of my things. Sorry, I got rid of the big one too. Sag. Had them placed so nicely. Hmm? The people have spoken. Hello. Bumping in the Gloommobile today. Oh, undo. Okay, look at that. Look at that old rock. Actually, it looks really good now. I've finished that up. Okay. Let's see. Cabin maker's house. 4. Great house. Great house with fireplaces. Let's see. Butcher Bakery, My Chef Garden, Cemetery Farm, Town Square, Smithy Park. I guess it's another cabin. I'm working. I'm doing a commission right now for my customers. Let's see. Farmstead. Let's do this one a little bit bigger here. A 3x, I'll do a 2x here. Yeah, I'll do a 2x like so. Hmm? Yeah. Five trading post. What's up here? What number is this? It's not a number. That wasn't even a thing. Yeah, it's just a walk path. So we'll do something nice up there. I mean, there's plenty of videos like that on like Pornhub and X Hamster of people who just like sit there and do nothing or like do something super wholesome, and they have so many views, and they definitely get paid for those views. Let's see. Is that is lower? Flatten the room height. Here we are. Damn cats. Oh. Mm. Okay, there we go. I think we can lower this a bit. Let's see, smooth. The smoothie brush. There we are. Let's see. Doop bop. Come in here, gotta smooth you out. Smooth you out. Brush it. Cut it. It's like the most frustrating part is like I'm trying to go fast, and like look, it's just I have to go so damn slow, and it's so choppy. It's such a bother. I really hope this is something that is fixed eventually, and it's 100% them and not my computer. Like everything else is just fine. Everything else runs perfectly fine. It's only when I use frickin' the layer brushes. I mean, maybe not. Maybe I can ask around the community and see what other people's experience has been. But man, so choppy. Yeah, I'm streaming right now. Well, it's really easy to just make an account and give a follow. Super simple. Um, oh, it's even easier then. Oh, interesting. I'm currently streaming at on two sites right now. That is, they changed their rules on that. They had to. So a big lawsuit thing happened. It's Kick. At Cartographer. You can find all my socials or all my streams. Yeah, I'm getting to that point where I can start adding more streams. It just takes bandwidth, so I need to get more a separate computer to do my streaming for me, so that I can be doing my art and my streaming on separate computers before I do that. Sure. Gotcha. Yeah, I watch a lot of videos on YouTube. Oh, too much. Let's see. You can check out most of my videos and stuff. I do post all my exports and VODs on my YouTube at Cartographer. Let's see, I need another path up here. I'll come out into here. So this is where the layering it becomes an issue, is if you have too many layers, you can't get all your dirt out sometimes. It'll collect. And it tries to incorporate all the layers that you decided that you wanted to click there, which is good, like if you're using it in that fashion, in that regard. It's like right here, like it won't delete all of the grass. It'll just push into it a little bit and just let the dark brown like ride into it a bit, which is honestly a good effect. And so this is like what I was talking about with the layering. This is the first step. Is like you wanna get all the things you need there, like this path. But now that the path is there, I have to delete that. You want to layer and like kind of filter in more stuff. So like take this dark brown and run it into the path a little bit. Let it eat up into the path. Blend it. Let this dark brown kind of push into this grass. Maybe let this fill up here. What's up? How do you mean? Like for this map? Oh no, I do like for my fantasy, if like for games right now, I'm currently just doing all lore based stuff. So whatever Wizards of the Coast says it looks like, it looks like. Hmm. Yeah, Daggerford is Daggerford. Um, and like everything around Daggerford is what they say it is, current to 1500. There's a few times where I have to like go in and do like a little creative liberty and make my own decisions for some stuff. But mostly all decisions I would make in that case would be, I always say on my channel often and frequently, we make tools. We all use these tools, and these tools serve a purpose. So I would put landmass and places, things in place as a tool so I can do something else with them, as in set up a story narrative or give my players some cool conflict to solve or etc. Sure. Yep. If I needed a session or some type of event, there we go. I have a reason to send them somewhere where the water exists. Ah, da bing. Poison the water hole. What? I definitely wouldn't agree with that. I feel like we can strive to be better as dungeon masters. It's okay. Trying your best. All right, I think it's enough touching. It's like super feathering all in this terrace, but like it looks really good now, right? Oh yeah, the edges. You put some plants in there. Shabada bing. I think I need more rocks down here. It's supposed to go all the way up to here, so more rocks. Rock brush. No rock brush. I want pitter patter rocks. And let's get some paint. Turn this down, turn this up. Bop, 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 bop. There we are. Come back at it with some grass. Oh, too much grass. And some dirt. And then we gotta make sure we sink these rocks in. Do 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 do. Yeah. Working fast, working fast. Get rid of that veg because I don't like it. Paint on this. I really like these rocks because they allow you to do this. which is throw some grass in their cracks, and it'll stay there and kind of like stay in between. Oh no, that's not what I want. Sure, thank you. There it is. And it just kind of looks like some moss has grown in on the edges of that rock. Damn it. Come back here, brush. Ah, did it again! Let's try and do some edge work. So like that line just really denotes the the difference in terrain there. It's not exactly what I don't want to do. And then we're just gonna hide the line back in some rock, and then it's still kind of there, but it's just not super strong. Yeah, looks super good over there, hey? Is all path? Is all good? There's some of these random rocks. I gotta do a tower here. This is gonna be a trading post. So I wanted to do something. This in here. No back door. You can go over here in the hunter's house. Stuff can all stay. You can stay. Oh, those are walls. Come on, AutoGen. There it is. Rotate. They're back. Something a bit more gritty. Up in the mountains here, very cabin-esque. Let's see. Bah. I don't like the top down because sometimes it's really hard to just see things and to. But like it's easier to place things. That's for sure. Way easier to place things in top down. Okay, so we need to do like a little trade scene here. A wagon. Get big enough so it can fit through this gate. Crates. up with some crates, some barrels. Barrels, some bags. Yeah, you vibing some music? Yeah, you can't copyright tag us because we sing our own shit. Let's see, here we are. I guess I can go back and this is the one thing when you're doing a when you're doing like tile-based placement, you really, because there's only, you can't like blend stuff. It's always gonna be kind of cut and dry with your lines. Just like a little sloppy. You gotta remember, it's all gonna be top down, so this is okay. I should fix this so it's wagon approachable. We see just skip gaps, like skip, 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 skip. If you can only make dotted lines with, it's like that it drives me nuts. There we are. I like this better because it makes this like more like a beaten side trail. Yeah, once I have more people watching my stuff. It's the whole entire point of the ads is shared revenue. I am. Just one person watching an ad is nothing. Not saying you're nothing. You're everything to me. But in comparison to an advertiser and a marketer, um, I'm only worth as much as you can make. It's not me, it's capitalism. It's done it to me. Okay. Let's make this a pretty main path. Here we go again, where it's just like I have to have to click 10,000 times. Ah, here's just skip, skip, skip. Like I just don't understand why it skips. It's something wrong with their code. It's something wrong. It's gotta be them. Feel it in my bones. Everybody loves my terraces because they just want to put their archer on them. There you go. Just make that kind of like a messy little congregation area. I do want to come in here now that I've looked at this and do this and just do this and do this. Just give that some definition. Some definition here. And then we're coming back with that. Turn it up. Oh! There we go. Hide it, because from an angle we get to see the terraces very well, but from top down we do not. So this will just help us see those. Okay, yep, see, huge. Let's see. Trade house. We will put some counters. As such. Nice. I guess I can stay there. Let's see, rug. Then what do we want to put in here? Perfect. What that is. Here I go. Making windows, and it's just like gadget beer. feel like another window there is good. Let's see. Here we are. Maybe like another rug. There's a faded one. There we go. Table. Do 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 do. Shrink this down. I guess I should actually remove these windows and make them single bays. Wood. It's a weird place for a window. Here we are. So we have the trading post. Lovely. Here's another thing I like to do is like when you do have random vegetation, you can just like replace it. So that way like you're still kind of hitting the random variance and like the amounts that the map like wanted you to have when it did random stuff. I don't think it really matters. I think I'll do the path this way. Let me look at stair options. Is there any round ones that I could work into the hill? I don't think there are yet. Not ones that are like big enough. There's something like that. We'll just do a path. A path, a path. And lower on the corners here. Here we are. And dirt coming up. Perfect. Okay. Okay. Uh, let's see. We're crushing it right now. Definitely just hitting 2 hours on work time here. Um, like as is. I guess it's honestly just like needs a tower and a bridge, and then just to fill in those couple things, and like I guess I could call it done. I think this is when you approach the customer and you're like, well, you really wanted it to be $20, and I'm really trying to not charge you more than $10 an hour, nor work more than 2 hours. So we need to pick a solution here. Do you want less or do you want more? Let's see. Um, path, good, 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 good. Pathing over here between these houses. I like doing these like triangles whenever there's like an intersection, just because like people will walk, they cut corners. So if they're going here, they'll go there. They'll cut the corner. It's gonna create these like little triangles, almost, if you will. Let's see. Um, Down here, I'm just trying to get rid of all my spots that I was used for numbers. There we go. Um, and let's see. um, there are some circular pieces I can use in structural round constructions. I think this is where it needs to go. Mm, that's better. Now I can do a nice door in the front here. And by nice door, I mean fake door. As it will only be viewed in a top-down format. Right now, I'm just kind of trying to cheese the top-down view, so it looks like there's an actual door there. Let's try to make these look like windows of sorts. Try me now, it's a gun, and you know, shoot my gasoline. Let's see. Here, here. Now we gotta think about the floor. Probably round constructions. Do one of these. Bada bing. Hold control for off grid. Hold shift to duplicate. Oh, pizzas. So this is something that's fun. Is like I often work in like full 3D capacity where I am trying to make things look the same top down, from all perspectives, so I can take them and use them in multiple formats. But in this, as I said, I'm only doing this from a one perspective, which would be the top down, so I can cheat kind of, and you can use things in a different light, if you will. And as long as it visually fits what you're looking for, well, then it's a win, because nobody's ever going to look at it from that other angle for you. So, I think actually these are actually on grid, and they're better if they are on grid for me. And that's cool because check that out. They're on grid. I didn't even realize I was doing that. Happy mistakes. Happy mistakes, everybody. So it looks kind of cool. Make them a little bit bigger. Super nice. That's working. That's all working for me. Great. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. Um, yeah, let's put the bridge down too. So like everything's like quote unquote done. And then I can just spend as little time as I can try to spend making it. That actually works. we are. Oop. So there's another tip that I was getting at with people is lines can be very good in several fashions. Lines are really good for when you're trying to make things look modern, um, or like say like if you're doing like a curb or a street or a town, anything that's very civilized. Like we make things straight. We try to as hard as we can, right? But also in this sense, like look at just cutting the dirt path, a little line on the edge of the river, really just accentuates the river and makes it look like closer to realistic. And then come here, we'll turn this way down. Oh, all right, dogs. And reestablish the back end of it so that they're not too thick. Yeah, again, same thing, just it's just a little faded now. So, file save. I need to take a 5 tenor breaker here. Is it 1 o'clock? Let's give the GPU a rest. All right. Well, I think I'll at least shut down the stream for today so I can just kind of focus on what I'm doing here and complete my project. I'll have all the finished views and looks tomorrow afternoon for a stream. Make sure to check out my stream tonight. We're doing Dragonlance. You can find my stream on Twitch or Kick. You can also find Raging Gabo or It's a Shy Girl streaming as well. Go ahead and go give them a follow if you could. We'd appreciate that. And take it easy, everybody. Take care.